Next, I'd like to show you a few tips on tightening the banjo head. If you're just getting started on the banjo, there's a good chance you have a brand new banjo. And brand new banjos, or better put, a new head, need to be tightened in the first couple of months when you get them. Once a head's been tightened a few times, it holds pretty good. I haven't probably changed the tension on this head for a while, but when I first got the head on the banjo, I had to tighten it several times in the first couple of months. So let me show you a few tips about that. First thing you have to do, of course, is take the resonator off, and I took a couple of the thumb screws off, and I'm going to take 2 more of them off. So just take off the thumb screws, and there you go. Banjo resonator comes off. And you can see inside, these are the coordinating rods, and that's the inside of my tone ring there too, and the inside of the head. These are the brackets tightened on there. Okay, now, as I said, maybe when you get the banjo first, you could just kind of take a mental note of how much pressure is there. You certainly don't want it so tight that you don't have some give there. And but again, probably after a couple of weeks of a new banjo or a new banjo head, you're gonna have to tighten the head some. So I would, you can use a socket wrench like this and just go on, and you just give it a little tweak there. I've got my head right where I want it, so I'm not going to actually turn it, but you might go 4 of them, like so. And then down here, tighten 4. And as in a lot of things, when you're first getting started, and just in general, you don't want to get too carried away. If you find yourself doing a lot of cranking, you're probably doing something wrong. Just make small movements, just snug up the things. You can always go back and do it again, to just turn them a little ways, and then do those 4, and then do those 4. Kind of work your way around that way, and come back and, you know, kind of feel how that feels. Maybe play it a little while, and then see how that feels. And if you had a lot of slack in there, you might just want to snug them up some more. Then the next time you do it, in a couple more weeks, or like I said, in the first few months, just see how much slack is there and just snug them up a little bit. With the head tension, you're looking for kind of that sweet spot, just like with the tailpiece. If the head's too loose, it's kind of flat and non-responsive, and you can kind of hear that. It gets a little thuddy, or something would be the way I would describe it. Just kind of doesn't respond. If you crank the head down too tight, besides the chance of breaking the head, it thins out the tone and you actually lose volume. So you want that sort of that sweet spot where the head is vibrating. Do the best you can, but if you don't touch your banjo head, you don't do any tightening, and it's a brand new head or a brand new banjo, after a few weeks it's not going to sound very good, because the head is going to start loosening up, and you're going to want to at least do this basic head tightening procedure that I showed you and snug it up so that it's vibrating correctly.